Mario Kart is a pretty popular franchise. I mean, it sold over like 2 copies, so it's pretty well known as one of the best racing experiences in video games. But there are a few duds, so we're going to be looking over the worst tracks in every single Mario Kart, and then ranking them from best to worst. Starting with... Yeah, Super Mario Kart isn't really that well liked. I mean, it didn't really age well, and the track selection isn't really the best. And even though there's some obvious contenders to what the worst track in this game is, I think I made my choice. If I had to choose whether to race on Vanilla Lake or Bowser's Castle 2, I pick Vanilla Lake every single time because at least it has a track layout. Bowser Castle 2 does not have a track layout. It has the most whack design in the entire series alone. This is not a race course. At least Vanilla Lake is a circle. One turn leads to the other, like a race course should. But what is this? What is this? Forget the feather shortcut. I kind of find that to be funny, but what is this? I don't like this. Why? Why is it designed like this? Why is it so weird? The controls already make it worse. Bad layout designed with bad controls. I really like Mario Kart 64. I like its tracks, except for one. No second thought into this. It was the easiest choice ever. I never liked this track, and I still don't. In Mario Kart 64 at least, because ironically enough, it was just recently remade. I remember when I played Wario Stadium, and I really didn't like it. It was too long, too boring, and too uneventful. It takes like 6 minutes to complete this track. It's just way too long and it overstates its welcome. At least when Rainbow Road did this, it felt more magical because of its really good music and because it looks pretty. Wario Stadium, it's just Wario Stadium. It just doesn't look good. It's kind of ugly and there's just not that much going on. Yeah, there's a few jumps and stuff, but for a game that didn't even have a tricking system, what was really the point? No obstacles, so you're just kind of driving for 6 whole minutes. At least Mario Kart World took its gimmicks to its fullest potential, and it's actually fun in that game. Here, not that much. It really doesn't have anything going on. Mario Kart Super Circuit isn't really that popular. It's one of the most forgettable Mario Karts in the entire series, but that doesn't mean it has any good courses. It actually has some pretty great courses, but also some pretty bad courses. And even though everyone loves to agree that that one snow track is the worst one, I've made my choice that I don't like Shy Guy Beach. You know, I actually think Super Circuit has a very solid selection of nitro courses. I'm gonna admit, I don't really hate any course in this game specifically, and some tracks that I never really found interest in got a pretty good remake in a future Mario Kart game. Except for Shy Guy Beach. It's one of the most forgettable courses in the most forgettable Mario Kart, so that's already bad. Not to mention that I just don't really like the track design here. I don't like jumping in between these little circles of sand. I actually don't like the jumps in this course at all. I don't like the side steppers, and I don't like the bombs. The only good thing about this track is the music. But I associate Cheep Cheep Island with that more, so what is there to like about this course? I just don't really like it. And Cheep Cheep Island is like infinitely better. Sorry, Shy Guy Beach. Mario Kart Double Dash is probably my favorite game in the entire series. The GameCube really had a solid selection of games, and this one is no exception. I just love the idea of this. 2 characters in one kart. It's really unique compared to any other Mario Kart. And the courses can range from really good to kinda boring and forgettable. So what is my least favorite track in this game?
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Yeah, there was no need for a build-up. 2 of the most hated track themes in Mario Kart are deserts and circuits, so just because I don't want to repeat in themes, I'm gonna limit myself to 1 desert and 1 circuit for one of the games. And for my 1 desert, I picked Dry Desert, and you'll see why later. Now, I was really conflicted between this and Sherbet Land, but there's another ice course I want to talk about later. So we're talking about Dry Desert now, and it's just boring. In a game full of great courses, Dry Desert just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just kind of there, and that's really all I have to say. The tornado is nice, the quicksand that leads you into the Piranha Plant is cute, and that's really it. Too bad Mario Kart 8 took away those 2 things that made it really unique, and now it's more dry desert. Ugh. Mario Kart DS is the start of the retro courses, but we will not be including them on this list since we're specifically looking at the worst nitro courses from their respective games. So, the retro courses are safe from elimination. I can't say the same about the 4 worst tracks in Mario Kart DS. I'll be seeing you guys at elimination tonight. Campers, you're here tonight for being the 4 worst Mario Kart DS tracks in its nitro selection. You're either boring, uninspiring, or just forgettable. But tonight, someone's gonna walk the dock of shame, take the boat of losers, and never come back. Let's begin. The first marshmallow goes to DK Pass. You're not the worst, not at all, but you just don't do enough to make yourself unique. Next marshmallow, Yoshi Falls. You kinda got saved here, because the other 2 are just bad. Desert Hills, you're not really that well liked in any of the games you're in. And Figure 8 Circuit, what do you even bring to the table? You have nothing. But the final marshmallow goes to Desert Hills. Figure 8 Circuit, your time on the island is done, and I couldn't be happier. And here's my pick for the worst circuit track in Mario Kart. Figure 8 Circuit has what exactly? Circuit tracks aren't always the best received type of tracks, but at least they have something. Figure 8 Circuit has nothing. There's no boost panels, no ramps, no obstacles, not even any off-road to shortcut through. There's nothing really. So you're just driving in a figure 8. And that's it. It kind of just feels like a test track more than an actual Mario Kart track because, you know, they're just nothing. Like, it's so interesting, but so bad at the same time. Yeah, this is definitely the worst circuit track in all of Mario Kart. It's just really bad. Even though I think Mario Kart Wii is a bit overrated, I can't lie when I say it's probably the most consistent Mario Kart with its nitro selection, besides Mario Kart World. I think the worst track here is just okay, and the best track here is like my favorite course in the entire Mario Kart series. But we're looking at the worst ones, And I was gonna pick Wii Luigi Circuit, but I already picked my circuit track. So, the worst non-circuit track in Mario Kart Wii is Grumble Volcano. Now, picking these courses was really hard because aside from the circuit tracks, obviously, every other track is just so good in Mario Kart Wii, even though there are some remakes that just kind of ruin the courses. But specifically in Mario Kart Wii, the selection of courses is just amazing. But then Grumble Volcano is just kind of there. Every other course is memorable to someone, but I just don't really hear that much people talking about Grumble Volcano in Mario Kart Wii or Mario Kart 8. It's just there. I like the aesthetic, I love the erupting volcano, and I really like how the course sings between laps 2 and 3. But if we're not including circuit tracks now, and if we're not including retro tracks either, Grumble Volcano is the weakest. Not bad, just the weakest. Now, I have played every single Mario Kart, but I'm gonna be honest, I really did not play Mario Kart 7 that much. But its selection of courses are alright. Quiz time. What is the most forgettable Mario Kart track? We've talked about a lot of forgettable tracks, but this is in the depths of the forgotten territory. Now, is it A, Piranha Plant Pipeline, B, Yoshi Desert, or C, Banshee Boardwalk? And the answer is none of those. It's Cheep Cheep Lagoon. Remember that course? Cheep Cheep Lagoon was the first track to introduce underwater driving, and it's just I don't really like it, and I don't really care for it. That's all I really have to say. Is it bad? No, not really, but is it interesting or enjoyable? No, not at all. This is the most I don't care about this pick out of any of the bad Mario Kart tracks. And now we move on to the best-selling Mario Kart. This is actually a really great Mario Kart. Yeah, I got a little tired of it after playing it so much, but I'll admit, it's a really good game and a really fun one. It's old enough to be considered a bit nostalgic now. It's kind of crazy, actually. Since we're doing Nitro courses only, I feel like the obvious answer would be Bone Dry Dunes, right? Well, no, because we already did the Desert course. And even though I don't really like that track, I do feel like it's overhated. For the theme it was going for, it tried. It missed, but it tried. And I do love orange sand courses more than the yellow ones because they're just more vibrant. And it's based on Dry Bones and Dry Bowser. That's pretty cool. And the music is pretty good as well. But I had to give the worst spot to the most missed potential Mario Kart track of all time. A water park as a Mario Kart track sounds like a great idea, but it just turns into a sad Mushroom Cup track that's just mainly underwater driving with the limit of just two rides. Also, having the most boring and basic name ever, Water Park. Really? I know a lot of people don't like this game, but I kinda enjoyed it. It's fun when you ignore the microtransactions. It's the type of game I play on when I'm on a bus, and I like that. When it kept getting updates, it was really fun, but since it stopped, I haven't really been playing it like at all. But I do like its courses. I know people don't like the city tracks, but I think they're fine. But what's my least favorite one? Well, my least favorite city track is everyone else's least favorite city track. I won't be surprising anyone when I say it's Tokyo Blur. A track based on Tokyo would have been a great idea, and I would have loved to see the potential. But they just missed again. another missed potential Mario Kart track. And it really hurts because it is Tokyo. There's just nothing going on that I can really say. It's just such a nothing course with nothing going on. The only thing saving it is, once again, the music. The music always saves these bad Mario Kart tracks from being just F tier. Now we move on to the latest game, Mario Kart World. I've been having fun playing the Cubs, playing all the knockout tours, exploring in free roam, and of course, playing these tracks in versus mode. These tracks are all so good and so fun, and I enjoy racing on all of them. There are a few duds in the retro department, but the nitro courses are all really good, except for just one. One course that just stands out as being so underwhelming. One course that's just not that good, in my honest opinion, and once again, very missed potential. It was underwhelming to me when I first saw it, and it still is when I played it. They had a second chance to do a good Mario Galaxy themed ice track, and they missed again. That's kind of crazy. Starview Peak really doesn't have that much going on besides its obvious Mario Galaxy theme, but once again, a theme can't really save a course from being good. Starview Peak, yeah, it looks pretty. I love the water section, but the water section also just doesn't have that much going on. There's no real obstacles, and the layout is not that good. For a Star Cup track, it's just very underwhelming. Once again, this list is from tracks best to worst. We have 10 to talk about, so let's start with number 10, Starview Peak. Mario Kart World has a really good selection of tracks. Starview Peak is just a bit underwhelming. Every other track here is just worst by a mile. Number 9, Grumble Volcano. Same thing with Starview Peak. Pretty good course, but compared to its other tracks in its respective game, it's pretty weak. But comparing to the worst tracks in the entire series, it's good. 8, Water Park. Very missed potential. It has good music, I guess, and it's pretty, I guess. Number 7, don't kill me, but Tokyo Blur. The theme and music carry it very hard. 6, Dry Desert. Every other track after this is either forgettable or boring. Dry Desert is the definition of boring. So boring. 5, Shy Guy Beach. I don't like it. That's all I have to say. 4, Cheap Lagoon. I've played hours and hours of Mario Kart, but I can probably count the amount of times I've played this track on my fingers. 3, Figure 8 Circuit. The most vanilla course of Mario Kart. 2, Wario Stadium. There is no point in this track being 6 minutes long. And 1, Bowser Castle 2. Terrible track design with slippery controls in an outdated game. No. And that was the worst track in every Mario Kart game. The Nitro tracks at least. I could do the retro tracks eventually, but my next idea is to do the best tracks in every Mario Kart game, retro and Nitro. But with that being said, I had a lot of fun. Once again, making this video, it was great. So thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for more Mario Kart.